Question 697. Would it ever be right to convict someone of a crime they did not commit because you knew they did something worse that you could not convict them of?
Is that
That's
not what happened to Gangster?
Hell no,
that has
you can't
happened.
convict them on the
That's
really
happened
bad
before.
shit.
You know, did they not
Get him
catch
for
him
whatever
on
you can.
They did that to Lucky Luciano, really. So.
Yeah,
No, they got him for something he did do, not Luciani.
no,
what Mathbit's talking about.
No, they got him for something he did too, but the penalty they gave to him was extremely excessive because it was more like we're going to sentence him on the basis of everything we fucking know he's done, although we can't prove it.
Mm-hmm. So the question is it right?
I mean, this depends on how we viewed it. I mean, really, I'm inclined to say no, it's not right. If we're going to have a law system that is based upon evidence, if we have got a system like, even if we kind of know in our heart of hearts that someone did do another crime that's far worse, if the evidence was not there to convict them.
See, there's evidence, especially in America, there's evidence to convict and there's evidence that it happened, you know? What?
Yeah.
As they said in Training Day, what was it? It's not what happened, it's what you can prove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sammy says, yes, absolutely, hands down, case closed, throw the fucking key away. And Joan with a much more measured response, I can understand that it happens, but no, we mustn't descend into the abyss. Where will it end?
Joan's too nice.
We're supposed to be...
Yeah, Joan's such a sweetheart.
if we're going to have any kind of ethical justice whatsoever, then the things have to be done upon the merits of the case.
Yes.
The individual.
But do you not think that getting someone evil potentially off the streets and in prison is worth a sleepless night or two?
No, I think we're on a I think we go down that path. We're on a slippery slope. Personally, I really think we're on a slippery slope if we go down that path. And the problem is, as I said, that with that example, it does happen. Now, yes, the example I gave, yes, the guy was kind of. The guy probably was guilty of what he was convicted of. However, you can look at that and you can question some of the evidence. But the sentence given out to this gangster was so excessive for the crime he was supposed to have done, because they were like, let's sentence him for all the things that we kind of know he's done but can't convict him of. It does lead to problems like that, because you can get this, like with organised crime, you get people who insulate themselves from crime off the streets and so on, but even though they've given the orders,
I mean, look at Epstein, who his original jail sentence, he went in for soliciting prostitution, when in fact it was, he had a lot of sex with a lot of minors, and they were all deemed prostitutes at this point, even though A, they were children, and B, they were sexually assaulted. They certainly weren't prostitutes, but for the rest of their lives, these women were, considered prostitutes.
Yep.
Because that is the way that, he had manipulated the situation enough, and even fucking worked with people in the government to get away with what he actually did. But I agree with Jeff that it is a very slippery slope. At the same time, you have the issue of, again, with Epstein, with people with money, and they can get away with virtually anything. If you, in America at least, if you have the right amount of money and you have the right lawyer. So I don't know exactly where I fall with that. I don't agree with people going to prison, for something that for a crime they didn't commit, even if they did do something else. But there are, I could go on and on about how fucked the prison system is in my country, and unfair and whatnot. I won't. At the same time, justice needs to be served in some way. It just, There's too many angles here for me to really give a honest response.
I agree, Amanda. And the problem I have with answering it is, I feel like it would depend on what it is. Like if someone broke into your house and stole a TV, but you could only convict them for stealing the pack of nails, you know, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but no, we're talking about serious things, yeah.
Right. If they killed somebody and then raped somebody, hell yeah. I mean, give as much justice as you can for the rape.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Like,
but
if they're a horrible person, get them on what you can get them. Sorry.
Hold on. But the problem with that is if you can't prove they murdered someone, did they really murder that person? Are you punishing them unjustly?
The problem is, I think if you can't...
If they murdered the person, you know what I'm saying?
I think that there are levels...
Plenty of cases out there where they really did it and didn't get in trouble, but anyways.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it comes down to, I suppose, in a lot of cases, the idea of, are you better to let innocent people, guilty people go, rather than ever convict an innocent person? Because if you have a standard of evidence that is too high in terms of proving something, you'll never prove anyone guilty of anything.
But it goes the opposite way. And,
yes.
And it sets a kind of dangerous precedent as well, you know, for other people down the line, for saying, well, we think somebody did something, therefore let's you know, set them up for this. Like, it just, it's we're super gray area, and like I said, like Jeff said, it's a dangerous slippery slope. Just, you know.
Ilya says, if someone was a murderer and was being charged on drug charges, then no, it's not worth it. Continue to go for the murder charge, however. It depends. Chat's blowing my head up. Yes! Seraphim!
What?
What's your answer?
With the way the question's asked, yes.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.